Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's reading. I am sending you all so much love and light energy as always. I hope you've been doing really well this week. And of course, I would always love to hear from you in the comments section under this video if you do feel guided to share how you've been feeling with the energies recently. Okay, so I'm going to start today by shuffling the traditional tarot cards. Right away, for some reason, I'm getting the word or name Savannah. This also could be the letter initials SAV, N, or H for someone listening. Okay, so I'm also seeing something about a fish, so that could be relevant to someone listening here, but I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards. Whoa, okay, a few cards just flew out right away, and these are two really powerful cards to start off the reading because we actually have the Lovers card connected with the Three of Wands. And for some reason, I heard the word love triangle. So this may not be relevant for everyone. As I always say throughout these readings, always use your intuition and only take the messages that resonate for you on a personal and intuitive level. But a message coming through really strongly is that there is some kind of spiritual love triangle going on for someone here. Now, the reason I say spiritual love triangle is because even if something here is physically manifested, meaning even if you've met both of the other people involved in this so-called love triangle, what's happening at a soul level between the three of you is really taking predominance here. And I keep hearing that the other two souls involved with you at a spiritual level are almost like struggling or fighting for you, fighting for your heart or for your attention. And I'm seeing water, waves, the ocean possibly. I also got the name Greg for someone listening. But what I'm picking up is that it's almost as though one of these people involved is someone that you may have been clinging on to for a really long time. And I'm getting that this is someone who wasn't necessarily giving you what you really deserved. I'm hearing that they weren't fully nourishing your soul and caring for your needs, particularly your mental and emotional needs. And I'm hearing took you for granted. So as a result of that, I got the name Jacob or Josh for someone. But as a result of that, your soul magnetized in this other person that represents this other soul in this so-called love triangle. So essentially what's going on here is you have one person who is realizing their mistake in not treating you correctly or in not meeting your needs and giving you what you deserve. And you have this other person here who was called in, I'm hearing, as a potential replacement or as another option or as another offer here. And the two of them both seem to be, at least at a spiritual level, really vying for your attention. and really wanting to connect with you here, which could be leading to you feeling really conflicted or uncertain when it comes to which way to go, because it's almost as though even if these two people do not know each other physically, they are spiritually vying for your energy, and this is creating a kind of internal conflict or tension in the situation that you might be feeling in the form of indecision or uncertainty. I'm also getting the number 6 that could be connected here. This could be someone's birth month or someone's life path number. But I want to know more on this so-called love triangle, on these two people in your energy. Okay, so we have Wheel of Fortune, chance meetings. So if you haven't yet met both of these individuals, know that you will be meeting them very, very soon, or meeting the one that you haven't met yet very soon. And if you have met them, then you will notice that both of these meetings seemed to happen in a very serendipitous way that felt very fated. This is because you share a really strong soul connection to both of these individuals. Now, as I always say, I know that I do channel many different hyper-specific messages for different groups of people, so this may not resonate for everyone listening. And if this isn't connecting for you, meaning you haven't sensed or felt two people in your energy, then take what does connect. This could very well connect to just a singular person here. But we also have the Knight of Cups in the reverse position. So what I'm getting is that with one of these individuals, it felt very much like an unrequited love situation. They also may have been a person who I'm hearing didn't protect your love or protect your emotions. I'm hearing that they didn't measure up to certain spiritual duties that they were actually supposed to fulfill within this connection. Now, for many of you listening, I am getting that you will be resonating here as the divine feminine, whereas the two individuals coming up here will be masculine energies, most likely. But again, someone here, it's like they stayed very on the fence with this connection. And I'm seeing a very long passage of time. My guides are showing me a clock. So essentially, this person really bided their time when it came to fully committing to you in their heart and their soul. Now, there may have been a physical commitment here. This could have been a relationship even at some point. But the thing is, you could sense that this person's heart was divided, or that they weren't really going all in for this connection. In fact, for some of you, you may have gone through the painful experience of this masculine entertaining other options, or allowing lower vibrational feminine energies to infiltrate this very sacred and soul-based bond between the two of you. I'm just feeling a lot of pain was around the past of your connection with this person. And again, it's because their heart was really closed off here. So ultimately, the 9 of Cups reversed is coming out here. So you may have ultimately felt as though this was a broken dream or something that was never going to happen. You may have surrendered the situation and moved forward with your life, either mentally or emotionally. However, the irony here is, I feel as though your choice, either emotionally, mentally, or in some cases physically, to let this person go, to walk away from this specific masculine who was sitting on the fence, who wasn't really fulfilling your needs. This was actually a massive wake-up call for this person. And it's almost like they're now jumping into action. But the question presenting themselves or the question presenting itself here for you is this too late for you? Is this an option that you still want to entertain? Or does it feel like the opportunity has passed? Because whether or not this person has shown in the physical that they're jumping into action, I do see that that is the mode that they're shifting into. But again, it's like it took you choosing to walk away or choosing to let go of that person or situation. And the complicating factor is I feel that when you did choose to surrender, to let go, you opened up your energy in a new way, and you actually have now attracted in this other really powerful, really beautiful romantic situation here that's represented by this other option, creating this kind of love triangle. Now, for some of you, this may be someone that you haven't even met yet. Again, this could very much be a love triangle, so to speak, happening dominantly in the spiritual realm at this time that hasn't yet manifested itself physically. I do feel it's very possible that one of these masculines could be a twin flame for you, whereas the other one could be a very high level soulmate that may have looked very much like a twin flame. And in fact, if you are familiar with twin flame ideology, you may have confused a soulmate for a twin flame here because of the very high degree of soulmate connection within that bond. Because of course, a twin flame is a soul that you share an identical core soul frequency with, but a very high level soulmate can share a very similar frequency to your own that is just a degree or two off. And so you may be in a situation where you thought someone here was a twin flame, but they were actually a very high level soulmate. You may even refer to them as a false twin flame, or you may wonder if they were quote unquote a false twin. Now, I don't personally love that term simply because it almost seems to indicate that there's been some kind of mistake when in actuality, every single person that we meet and connect with, especially those that we are soul contracted with, soul bonded with, serves a huge and powerful and important purpose in our life. And I feel as though, regardless of what you choose with person A coming up here, this masculine that may have given you a sort of unrequited love situation initially, regardless, they seem to have served and may still be serving a very important purpose in your life. Again, regardless of whether you choose to fully move forward with that connection in the physical 3D world or whether you choose to release it at this time. But in the extended version of this reading on Patreon, I will be diving deeper into this Knight of Cups and Nine of Cups reversed energy. So the energy of that first masculine that may have caused you to feel unsupported, but yet shared this very powerful soul bond with you. Because I do feel that even if you've been out of communication with this person, or there's been some distance there in the physical, there may still be some complicating emotions coming up for you. So I will be channeling into the purpose of that soul connection, what that masculine is thinking and feeling towards you at this time at the conscious level, as well as how that situation could potentially move forward into the future. So the link to that extended reading with those messages is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. But the reason I'm saying that may have been a false twin flame situation for some of you, or a situation where you mistook a very high level soulmate for your divine counterpart, is because what we're getting for this other masculine energy is the Lover's card in the upright position. And this is actually the strongest soul connection card in the traditional tarot deck. And my guides are almost saying, like, you may have thought that you had experienced the pinnacle of soul connection, the deepest possible soul connection with that first masculine who couldn't return your love, but you may actually discover that there is an additional level of depth and intimacy that you haven't yet experienced that's coming in through this other person. Something I'm getting very strongly about this specific connection is that it can only meet you at a very high level frequency. So essentially, this is someone connecting with you on a very high vibrational timeline. And unless your vibration is at that very high level, it can be very easy for you to miss each other here. In fact, if you haven't yet met in the physical world, that may be what's been happening, that you've been sensing this person psychically, energetically, at some level, which is essentially you sensing into the fact that there is a higher timeline that you are connecting with this person on. However, in this physical 3D reality, you may have not yet merged with that higher timeline. But I see that timeline coming into focus or coming very close. So for some of you, again, this may be someone new, someone you've met recently, someone you've been sensing spiritually, because this higher timeline is beginning to merge with your current reality, with your current timeline. So this is bringing in a lot of emotional energy from this person and connection, regardless of whether or not you've met them. So if you found yourself suddenly feeling like your heart chakra is kind of breaking open, like you're feeling a flood of creative energy or emotion of some kind, this may actually be you sensing yourself coming into alignment with this very high vibrational timeline where you are going to be connecting with this truly sacred, beautiful, divine counterpart connection. And meeting this particular masculine, or if you've already met them, this may be you beginning to align with them in a more physical, real-time, and consistent way. So, can I channel more information about this secondary masculine? Okay, so we do have the Page of Cups reversed here. I'm seeing that a major piece of your energy that has played a role in lowering your vibration in the past and has possibly prevented you previously from connecting with this masculine has been some inner child wounding that's been affecting your sacral chakra. Now, this will not be the case for everyone, but I'm seeing that for many divine feminines, there may have been some kind of pain or trauma from your past, particularly in your childhood, that may have prevented you from living fully present in the moment, being fully connected to your own physical body. I'm hearing dissociating. So this trauma may have caused you to, in a sense, leave your body energetically or dissociate. But I'm hearing that this is something you've really been healing. And this reconnection with your own sacral chakra energy, this clearing out of those blockages, has been a missing key to radically raising your vibration. And that is what's playing a huge role in connecting you with this higher vibrational timeline. But I'm also hearing that as you are connecting with this higher timeline, it's extremely important to pay attention to urges or fears that may pull you back down. So what I mean is, as you are on this path to really opening your sacral chakra to a greater degree and really aligning with this higher vibrational timeline, you may have fears around a sense of security or releasing everything that you've known in the past in order to open up to what the present moment holds for you and to allow that present moment guidance to lead you into the next step and the next and the next that is in real time, guiding you into alignment with this really beautiful, almost magical reality. But it requires this new level of trust, because I am getting that As you are aligning with this higher timeline, you are needing to more than ever before let go of your need to control every step along the way and really allow yourself to open up to the magic of the universe and your present moment intuitive guidance, to really lean into that and trust. I'm also hearing something about flow state manifestation. So one key sign that you are really coming into close alignment with this higher timeline is that you will start having more frequent bouts of flow state creativity, meaning times where you almost lose track of time entirely because you feel so immersed in the present, in the person that you're talking to, in the thing that you're creating, in the work that you're doing, in whatever you are participating in. Those moments of flow state really will indicate to you that you are radically raising your vibration. Because essentially, when you are in the flow state, you are entirely transcending the 3D realm. You are raising your vibration to such a point in those moments that time itself is utterly irrelevant to you. So getting into those kinds of modes as often as possible will be really beneficial to lifting and maintaining your frequency at this higher level. And again, that is directly leading you into connecting with this very powerful divine counterpart. I want to say a twin flame, although for some of you, this could be a sacred soulmate as well. But not only that, this is also leading you into the powerful and possibly somewhat unexpected manifestation of so many of your heart's dreams and desires. I say unexpected because it almost feels as though there are certain dreams that you may have consciously put on the back burner or even forgotten about. These may be things you've asked the universe for that you haven't even necessarily consciously remembered, but the universe hasn't forgotten. That's a very powerful message coming through from the guides. And as you align more and more with this higher timeline, you are going to be stunned by things that begin showing up in your life, whether it's interactions with certain people, people from your past coming back, opportunities presenting themselves, things that, again, you may have consciously completely forgotten about, that are going to surprise you in the best way imaginable. But I'm hearing that the portal is through allowing your heart to crack itself wide open, because we have adjacent possibilities and the broken heart card. So there may actually be some pain or some heaviness on the heart chakra that needs to be released through creative outlets, through writing, through allowing yourself to feel and to express. Because I keep hearing that feeling, allowing yourself to be with your emotions, frees them from you. It actually releases them. I'm hearing that very cliche but true quote that you have to feel it to heal it, that feeling things allows that emotional energy to stay in motion and release itself when it's been pent up for a very long time. And again, that feels like a key to keeping yourself vibrating at this very high level here. I am also hearing the word creativity. So finding ways to tap into your inner creativity and allowing your inner child to play and to express itself will also be a tremendous tool in playing a role in keeping you connected with that sacral chakra energy we were referencing earlier. Also playing a role in this heart healing as well, in allowing those pent up heart chakra emotions to be felt and released through those creative outlets. And all of this together, I'm hearing that even prior to when you begin to see physical things or people manifesting on this higher timeline, the first sign you will receive is you will begin to feel this just deep sense of contentment and fulfillment within your soul with the envy card in the reverse position. And this will be a powerful sign for you from the universe that you've now locked into that higher vibrational frequency, because your soul is going to begin to feel as though it is right where it needs to be, because in a sense it is, because you are aligned with that higher vibrational timeline that already contains the futuristic trajectory for all of those heart's desires here. I'm also hearing that there is a tremendous amount of abundance connected with this timeline as well. It's really interesting because I didn't intend for this to be a future timeline reading for you specifically, especially considering that we began with some hyper-specific love-related messages, but there is just so much of that energy flowing through from the guides surrounding this reading. So a huge thank you to all of you beautiful souls who have been co-manifesting all of these powerful life path messages that have been coming through. But I'm getting very strongly that, again, there is a huge amount of abundance connected with this timeline as well. So it's almost like you may, from the beginning of this reading, feel as though you are aligning with this timeline to connect with a specific person, with someone that your heart desires. Again, a twin flame, a soulmate, someone that you've been sensing, someone either from your past who's transforming themselves, or someone you've always felt in your heart. But ironically, when you lift your vibration to that higher level, you are going to receive so many other things that your heart desires besides that very specific connection that you may have been sensing or longing for here. And it's actually that abundant energy and that deep sense of soul contentment and that releasing of that pent-up emotional energy through your heart space, infusing that heart space energy into those creative outlets. It's actually all of that in turn is going to magnetize this soulmate or twin flame closer into your life. So it's almost like it works both directions here. You creating, staying connected to your sacral energy, really feeling that fulfillment in your soul, that is connecting you with that soul mate or twin flame in a harmonious way in the physical, but in return as well, lifting your vibration in order to connect with that person is also feeding your creativity. It's a very mutually symbiotic kind of relationship between those two dynamics in your life. And that is very consistent with what we are discovering in this 5D New Earth reality as well, is that every area of our life weaves into the next. Nothing is truly compartmentalized. We are never just focusing on one aspect of our life because everything is so intrinsically connected. So we cannot heal or shift or change something intrinsically without it reflecting in every single area of what we consider to be our external world as well. So, wow, beautiful messages coming through the reading today. In the extended version of the reading on Patreon, I will be channeling more into that masculine soulmate or twin flame that you, Divine Feminine, seem to be attracting in on this higher timeline. Again, this could be someone from your past, your present, or your future, and only your soul will know how that person is connecting with you. But I will be channeling more on where they are at currently, their current mental state, thoughts, feelings, potential messages from their higher self, especially if you haven't yet met physically in this lifetime. You may find those messages from their soul particularly interesting. So the link to those additional messages and pieces of information is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Now, the final Rumi Oracle card to come out from this reading is the card Commitment. So I'm just going to read a little bit from the guidebook here. The awakened heart is like a lantern. Keep it sheltered from the turbulence of the winds of desire. The guidebook also says, We are candles lit by the one great flame. The breath of life does not extinguish us. On the contrary, it only serves our flame to blaze brighter. Here in the temple of one love, there is no flickering or smoke to our flame. We are natural in our purpose, simply to bring the warmth and light of love to life. We dance though we are stillness. We are on fire though we do not burn. Desire does not have to be a hindrance on the path. It can show us our passions and help us find our purpose. However, the attachment that can come with desire, the belief that it can only be sated with one particular person, one set of circumstances, can cause us to stop looking at what the light is revealing to us, the way forward on our path in the here and now, and instead try to forcibly conjure the shadows to become what we imagine they should be. When we stop seeing life as it is, showing up for us every moment, and engaging with us as it is, we can become careless with the light of the heart. This can make our way seem uncertain, and doubts can crowd in upon us as the light is compromised in its purpose. We forget to trust in what is because we get caught up in attachment and fear surrounding our desires. Rather than letting life move us, we try to move life. But life operates according to a genius that is beyond a linear approach. It is to be trusted rather than understood. Wow, that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Thank you so much again for tuning in to today's reading. And of course, for those of you who are new, I do channel these collective readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on those times and days, I also channel an extended version of the reading in our beautiful Soul Tribe on Patreon. So if you would like to access those additional messages for this reading, the link to the Patreon community is in the pinned comment and description box underneath the video. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love and light today. Have a beautiful remainder of your week, and I will connect with you here again in Friday's reading.